dive into matters entrepreneurship. And have you heard of bamboo oral care, particularly bamboo toothbrushes? This is what we want to talk about. And my guest is already on set. This is Attif Ibrahim Khalid. He is the founder of Ecosmart Limited. He is also an environmentalist, a philanthropist, as well as a politician. We just want to dive straight into the conversation. Perhaps you can begin from what Ecosmart is all about, aside from its nature of keeping the environment clean.
Yeah.
Tell us more about Ecosmart.
My name is Attif Khalid, as you mentioned. I'm the MD of Ecosmart Limited. Ecosmart Limited is an environmentally conscious company where we manufacture oral and personal care products out of natural and organic material like bamboo, as you mentioned. Yes.
Why bamboo?
Bamboo is sustainable. Yeah, for you to be eco-friendly, you know, there's an aspect of sustainability that you must possess. So bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in the world, and we'll never run out of bamboo. And another thing, it has antibacterial properties. It doesn't need fertilizers, pesticides, all that, and it can grow anywhere. So bamboo is one of the sustainable plants that you know, we'll never run out of. Not like trees, it takes like 10 years to grow back and all that. Bamboo, within an year or two, you replace what you have used. Yeah.
So it's not only just a question of environmental friendliness, it's also beneficial.
Yes.
How has the reception been like, given that you just began this in 2021?
Yes, in Kenya, we're trying to create more awareness. And the more people know about bamboo and their properties and how it promotes being environmentally conscious, many people have come on board actually to start having these habits of replacing plastic with bamboo or any other natural product that is in the market. Yes, retail chains have picked up on us. We're currently supplying Good Life pharmacies. We are in over 70 branches, and we're also in supermarkets and hotels. So the reception has been good. Yeah.
So what exactly informed you to come up with this kind of initiative or just products? Because this is just not only toothbrushes, but it's actually the oral health care products altogether. We are so used to the plastic toothbrushes. Yes, the country banned that. But why did you just feel the need to invest and get into this venture as a business?
This idea came about while I was traveling to Thailand with my wife. And we were wondering why the beaches are so clean, you know, they're so pristine, and we also have, you know, world-class beaches back at home. But the problem is that you see plastic floating everywhere. So we came to know that these people actually have come up with a solution, and this is by using bamboo to make utensils, toothbrushes. So we actually just bought a few and brought them back home as gifts for our family. But then everyone was asking, where did you buy this? Where did you buy this? So when we started to do a bit of research on how we can, you know, bring this back home, this idea, and, you know, implement it in a large scale, is now when Ecosmart was founded. Yes.
Ecosmart, quite an interesting name.
Yes, it is eco-friendly. You smile eco-friendly.
You smile eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Investment beat, Khalid. When you look at the question of entrepreneurship, and right now we're really telling young people to venture into entrepreneurship, come up with ideas, create your own jobs. And the question of investment is always a hard nut to crack. They would always say, and it's actually a reality, there's no money to invest. You invested 5 million Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
On the onset. And we're having this conversation off air, and you've told me just in a span of 1 year, you've managed to recover that and even make more profit. Let's talk about investment into a business idea.
You know, when you do a bit of research, before investing, you need to do a lot of research on what you want to get into. Because, you know, we started this business during the Corona period, 2020. We are less than 2 years old. We'll actually turn 2 years old in April 2nd. And we did a lot of research on the products, on our market, on our target market, on the people who we really want to, you know, buy our products. So a lot of businesses fail because people don't do the research before starting the business. They start the business, then do the research, and now that's how the businesses fail. So we did a lot of research, which took us around 6 months to do the research. Then we sold our idea to our friends and family, and that's how we managed to raise the capital. And we also had strategies of marketing and how to use this capital to be able to push our products and get into the market, since it is a new product into the market. So my advice is, before you're starting a business, do as much research as you can, your market research, your product development, and all that. Then that's when now you can have a clear path on how to grow your business and also receive investment from other people.
Before we get to that marketing bit, because I really want us to explore these two areas, the research and the marketing. They're really vital, particularly in business. And maybe you can just use your case as an example when it came to research. So what exactly did you do? Talk to people, read books, try to see which countries are doing this?
Actually, our product, is unique. That is something that also helps in selling the product, because not so many people have seen this kind of product into the market. So, and also social media is a big tool that people should leverage on. And it depends on how you will market yourself. And this is very important because, for example, we claim to be eco-friendly. So that means our products, from the packaging to the product, has to have all these elements included in it. And our product is also a work of art. You would like to look at it, and see the amount of work that has gone in developing it. So product development and marketing strategies is very important for you to be able to push your product to the masses. And also have a story behind it, have a mission behind it. We're not only selling product, but we're also conserving the environment as we do it. That is very important.
What is the place of identifying your niche in a business?
Look at the problems, and when you have a solution, you have a business. So people should be looking towards not just copying other people, but trying to come up with solutions that might turn up to be businesses in the future.
The aspect of marketing, it's easy to say it's very important to use social media, try to talk to friends, look for how you can market your business. Again, case in point, your story, because you'll really largely use that as you try to just unpack and better understand how this goes into place. I want you to talk to us more about the marketing bit, because in most businesses, this is one of those things that is lacking. That's why you'd hear people say, I invested 50,000, 100, or even like you, 5 million, and in 10 years, I haven't even recovered that. Talk of making profit from that.
Marketing is one of the biggest budgets in any company. So, and it depends on, not just spending money. It's about targeting your clients. Yes. And you can target your clients using various ways, like social media, using influencers, coming up with a story about how and why clients should buy your product, and the mission behind it. We normally participate in awareness in the community, like we go to schools and talk about plastic pollution and show them this is how you're supposed to go about it, and also talk to NGOs. And this has helped us a lot, because now they put us out there in the market, because now they're saying these people have a mission and we need to support this mission. And when they support the mission is when they buy your products. So having that mission behind a product, again, is very, very important. Don't just show clients you are here to sell a product. Show clients that we are creating an impact, and we want you to join this movement, and by that is by buying our product. So marketing. That is one of it is, I think, 80% of any startup.
And it's one of those things we really do not invest a lot on, because on the onset, as you're talking about that marketing bit, you said that for startups, or even just for businesses, they need to have a budget for that. And for majority of young people, and even for startups, we don't really categorize budgeting for marketing. We just, I have this idea, I've told person X, Y, so let's roll with the idea. So really, what can we do, or even particularly for most startups, or for most even businesses, to just try and ensure that indeed there needs to be, and I have to also put a budget for marketing.
Yeah, that's why I said people should do a lot of research.
Okay, so that's where it starts from.
Yeah, it starts from the research, because when you do your research, you know this is the amount of money I need to push my product, to do marketing, to do social media ads, all that. After you have all that, now that is when you go look for funds. Yes, but people now do it the opposite. They look for funds, then they start doing the research, then that's how people fail. Yeah.
And does all that fall into the strategy? Because you also talked about strategy just a bit.
Yeah.
So when you talk about strategy for a business, what exactly does it entail? What is the best way to go about it? I mean, you've really reaped a lot in just this under 2 years you've set up Ecosmart.
Yeah. Strategies, you know, every time you should do something that is different to capture the attention of your potential market. Something different is actually the only thing that you can do. Be different. People will look into your product, because they're used to. For example, there are people selling shoes. Everyone is selling shoes, but if you come up with an idea that you are selling glass slippers, people, you know, there are those kind of ideas.
And tell us why we need that and why it's important.
It's important because now you have to be different from everyone. Otherwise, you'll just be put in the category as, have you seen this before? So you have to create, and that attention is very important to your client, because now it will help them spread the word to other people. Yeah.
Okay, so that's also the place of strategy, just knowing what starts, what follows, and not trying to do it the other way around.
Yeah, step by step. You have to have a strategy from point A. After I get to point B, this is what I need to do to get to point C. And you need to be consistent. Yeah, you just don't come up with a marketing strategy, then after a while you just keep quiet. People will forget you. You have to engage your clients now and then. Yeah.
What do you think, in your perspective, is one of those leading causes of inconsistency, particularly in businesses? Because that is one of those biggest challenges in most businesses. Today they begin, in the next 3 months you hear them, in the next 6 you don't, in the next 9 they sort of come up.
Yeah. Again, it comes to research. You know, people need to...
So research is really important.
It is it is the first thing that you're supposed to be thinking, even before product development.
Okay.
Yeah, because after you do your research, now you'll know that this is the amount of money I need. This is the goal I want to set after 2 months, after 3 months, quarterly, yearly. So after you've done your marketing for the first 6 months, obviously, you know, you need to do more for the next 6 months, because now you've already got people who are engaging, and now you need to keep them in at bay and also get other clients. So you need to have goals, set goals, marketing goals, research goals. Everything should have a goal. So that's when you achieve this, you move on to the next one. Yeah.
Okay, well said. How has the sensitization process been like? Because I mean, I believe it's only a few who even just know that we have bamboo products, and we can even use bamboo cutlery. You know, it's not just the toothbrushes, and just like you mentioned, going by also that ban that the country set of the plastic bags. So it's not just good for your health, so to speak, but also good for the environment. How do you go about this sensitization to people?
Our main tool is creating awareness.
Okay.
So many people don't know about plastic pollution. So many people don't know that the first toothbrush you use since you are a child until the day you will die is still floating somewhere. And
they have not been banned?
No, at the moment, no.
Okay.
Only plastic bottles, but soon we are pushing for these plastic toothbrushes to be banned. That's why we are engaging hotels like Serena, Sarova, so that they can replace their the plastic amenities that they provide in their rooms. Yes, and awareness is, as I said, is one of the key tools. That's why we also go to schools and also teach our young ones on how to start being eco-conscious from a younger age, so that when they are grown up, you know, they'll implement all this. Yeah.
All right. You began with 1,000 products when you began, is it?
1,000 products?
1,000, the toothbrushes when you began manufacturing.
Yes, the capacity.
The capacity, right.
Yes.
And then you've progressively head on to 10,000. How has that progress been like in terms of manufacturing this product? Is it a question of demand, or people are just fancying the experience of, let me try and use this new product?
Yeah. Actually, so many people have come to see that, you know, they can make a social impact by making the switch to our products, that means our demand has also grown. And when our demand grows, we also need to increase our capacity. And now we've faced challenges because now accessing raw materials from our local farmers who we source from has been a big challenge. But we are trying to get through that, and very soon we'll be in East Africa and hopefully the world.
Speaking of East Africa, your manufacturing company is in Kilifi and you have an office in Nairobi. So how are those plans to expand bound? Because it really looks like it's not just a question of being in business. In terms of the benefits that using this product has, like I said again, not just to our health, but the environment at large, looks like it is enormous. So how is that plan of expansion looking like?
Actually, we are trying to set up also small facilities across Kenya, now where we'll be distributing to our clients. Actually, we are more into wholesale, more than retail. Though we have an e-commerce website where we sell to our retail, our end users. But as we go on, as we said, bamboo can grow anywhere. So we need to identify where we can get raw material and set up a plant there. Then from there now we can have distribution channels, across East Africa.
Right. You also talked about that challenge of accessing and getting raw materials, and I understand that you really import the bristles from China. So when you look at that, of course it poses a great challenge to this kind of business, and a good number of business persons will also tell you that getting some of this product is really a challenge. What are you doing in your place to ensure that we can actually have accessibility of these products locally? I mean, you can't import till 2050 because you have to be making these products.
The only thing that we import are the bristles. And trying to get a company to make these bristles here, you need to have a large order. It needs to be in bulk and consistent. So that's also been a challenge. But in China, it is readily accessible in small amounts that can help us push for around 6 months or at a certain capacity. But now we are, as I said, research continues. Even as you start your business, research continues. So now we're trying to come up with a plant-based Bristol so that we can do it locally, everything to be done locally. But now it takes time, and also to find the right manufacturer here locally is a big challenge. But we are making good products.
You're making good progress on that. All right, well said. I mean, on Monday was World Forest Day. And we can talk about the bamboos and the trees much as it grows quickly. But one would think, so if you are cutting down this bamboo to produce this product, because again, like you said, you just don't deal with toothbrushes, it's actually an entire package of oral health care and even the cutleries. What does this say about appreciation and looking forward for such kind of this these days, like the World Forest Day? We are really trying to ensure that we build, we can be able to plant trees. Particularly on Monday, 1,000 trees were planted in Ngong Hills, and all this is just to secure an environment. From an environmentalist perspective, given that you're also one, what does this say about the trees, forest, environment, and the business? Because you rely on this for that business.
Actually, we want to switch people who are using tree, the wood, to manufacture their products. We're actually telling them move to bamboo, because as the benefits I mentioned earlier, bamboo is one of the fastest growing, and we want to get away from trees. So trees, we want to conserve trees, but move, if it is a must that we should make items out of wood, let us use bamboo as an alternative, because bamboo can grow anywhere. As I said, it is sustainable. Sustainable means that we can replace it as we use it, not like trees. Also, for example, about going paperless, which means like with the invoices that people create, and if people can do it digitally, we tend to save a lot of trees. Actually, it's a good initiative that people are trying to, plant more trees and use less of it. Actually, we want to tell them to come to bamboo.
Tell them to come to bamboo.
Come to bamboo. We'll never run out of it. It is easily accessible, and actually we'll even do more. Because we don't need fertilizers, pesticides, all that. And it also saves in cost.
Okay. Yeah. And this is speaking from the point of an environmentalist.
Yes, yes.
So why do you think when it just comes to celebration of these days, because it's an annual celebration that just try and track the progress that the globe is making, particularly when it comes to conservation of forests altogether. So why then do you think it's just always necessary to talk about this and the gaps and the steps we need to take only on this particular day? Is it that we do not understand the importance of forest in terms of conserving the environment?
Actually, we do talk about these things every day.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. It's not a Kenyan problem. It's a global problem.
Yes.
It also involves climate change. And this forest, help us a lot with the rains and, shade. So it also ties up the whole ecosystem. So these days are meant to, appreciate those people and the organizations who really look into these issues. But about environment is an everyday topic.
It's an everyday topic. So then why do you think that we don't see the value of it? Because again, also when you look at how we cut our trees, and why I'm saying this is because oftentimes you get to the planting of these trees, much as you say it's an everyday kind of conversation, but it's always particularly on that day that we celebrate. That's when you'll hear reports that we have planted 1,000 trees like on Monday, or 50 trees when there's an event. Is it that we don't understand the value of trees and forests altogether?
Yeah, actually we do know their value. It's just that the implementation is the part challenge. Of it, yes, and creating more awareness is where the challenge is. As much as we can talk about, this is the problems that we are facing. If you don't come up with solutions and implement them, we are not doing anything to save the environment.
How would we need to create awareness?
Everyone just to take a stand. This is a social responsibility. And think about the coming generation. They will not be able to enjoy the trees and the wildlife and the environment the way we used to. So looking into that and having their future in mind will help us create more awareness, and also teaching them at a younger age about the environment will make them also, when they grow up, have that mindset that we need to conserve our environment.
So it's just a question of teaching and making the young people understand.
And being constant.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. Now again, still sticking on that bit of being an environmentalist, because we said that you carry many tags, and we'll try and explore all of them even as we go with this conversation. Again, World Water Day was yesterday. Going by those latest reports, it shows that 4 out of 10 Kenyans lack access to clean water and basic sanitation. And about 30% in total, this will actually be one of those greatest challenge globally. I mean, when you look at some of these issues, this is like what, over 50 plus years down the line since we got independence. Why is this an issue?
I can say, government infrastructure is very important. The same system that we used 50 years ago is what is still in place. And also, we need to change this. And access to clean water has been a big issue globally, not only in Kenya. We need to harvest water. We need to teach our people how to, conserve the environment and also reap from it, which also includes getting clean water. So the government needs to come through to the people and also create new channels and also teach them how to harvest water and how to do self-cleaning and how to purify their water. So these are systems that are in place but are not working. Yes.
Well placed. I mean, a good place to end this conversation. Clearly, there's a lot we could have talked about, but due to the constraint of time, we have to end this conversation here. But I've been speaking to Attif Ibrahim Khalid. He is the founder of Ecosmart, talking to us about matters oral healthcare and his business altogether, as well as some of those things that we can do, and again from his perspective as an environmentalist, when it comes to water conservation and forest conservation altogether. This is why we bring this conversation to a close this morning. Pave way for Parliament up next.